Video 2, Alignment to 9 Natural Mental Laws. We had an introduction. We said if we align ourselves to constants, those things which do not change in life at all, those constant principles, those natural laws, our life will change and we will become as strong and powerful as those natural laws. In the physical world, we understand the physical law. Right? For example, gravity. We don't jump off from the 100th floor, defying gravity. But in life, we do violate these natural mental laws because unless we follow them, we will not become strong. But life will anyway work. A life works for everybody, even for a criminal it works, for a beggar it works, for the President of America it works, for everybody it works. But how does it work? Are you satisfied with it? Are you making progress? That is the question. So today we are looking at self-esteem. And instead of going into n number of theories, it is all about how you feel about yourself. Do you feel good about yourself or do you feel bad about yourself? Simple. You have some ideals. Are you living up to those ideals? Okay. Number one. Number two, self-esteem is the estimate that you have of your own self. On a 0 to 100 scale, everybody has a self-assessment. Whether you like it or not, just ask yourself, close your eyes and ask yourself, you'll know your score. On a 0 to 100, where does your self-esteem stand? On a 0 to 100 scale. Ideally, it should be at 50. That is neutrality. Looking at things as they are. Anything below 50 mark is low self-esteem. Anything above 50 is catapulted psychology, conceit, pride, fire. Life happens for everybody. Life happens for people with low self-esteem. Life happens for people with conceit, pride. But if we are intelligent, we should look at what is psychological neutrality. Right. Today, we'll look at this fact that psychology formation or self-esteem formation starts at a very young age. As we grow up, we start comparing ourselves with others. Oh, I am a man, she is a woman. First comparison, okay? I am tall, he is taller. I am short, he is tall. I am fair, he is dark, and so on. Then, he knows information technology, I do not know. Oh, he can speak several languages, I cannot. Oh, he flies a plane, he owns a plane, I don't even own a car. It starts. And at school it starts. Oh, this person always comes first in the class, I come the last. So, comparison has a way of inevitably determining your self-esteem. It pegs it at some point on the 0 to 100 scale. Right. Now what do we do now? Can we change our parents? Oh, my parents were poor, I want to divorce them. Can you? You cannot. Accept. After all, this body that you have is sitting here because of the generosity of those parents, your parents, right? Respect them, keep going. You cannot change certain things. Accept. Acceptance plays a vital role in the formation of neutral psychology. You know what is neutral psychology? What I'm talking about? Very, very simple. Just accept things as they are. Life has been created hierarchically. Did you create life? Did you create your body? You would say my parents. Who created your parents? Their parents, and so on. It regresses ad infinitum. Who created the entire physical universe? These billions of stars, galaxies, vast infinite universe. Who created? Did you do it? Did I do it? Insofar as we did not do it, let us be humble. Just accept. There is a higher power, call it nature, God, whatever it has created, and it is operating the system. And in that system, you are one perishable entity, right? A mortal entity. That's what we are. Accept it. Number two, nature has put people on a hierarchy. Even if you look at animals in jungle, for example, the lion is the king, and down you can see the hierarchy, right? Even a big elephant, the lion will attack because it has the courage, it has the necessary intellect and muscle power to do it. So hierarchically life happens. Down, if you go, you will see a rabbit. Down to an ant. Everything is there in the animal hierarchy. In the human hierarchy, all kinds of people are there. People are who are tallest, who are the shortest, and people who are the fair, who are the dark, and people with a lot of knowledge, people with less knowledge, people with perfect body, people with some disabilities, and people who are said to be women who are said to be very, very beautiful, average looking, what is called ugly looking. It is all there. Men who are handsome, men who don't look good, men who are kind, men who are cruel, what not. All the varieties. Put them on a ladder of 0 to 100. You will see that nature's creation is hierarchical. Did you create it? Accept it. Just accept yourself the way you are and accept others the way they are. First step. Okay. Now, the problem for low self-esteem is that we compare ourselves with others, right? We can compare, but the end result of comparison should be arriving at a neutral understanding of life. Yes, life is a hierarchy. I am somewhere. There are people who are taller than I am. There are people who are shorter than I am. There are people who are richer than I am. There are people who are poorer than I am. There are people looking fairer. There are people looking darker than I am. There are people who are more intelligent than I am. There are people who are less intelligent than I am. There are people who are more educated than I am. There are people who are less educated than I am. There are people who are more accomplished than I am. There are people who are less accomplished than I am. There are people who earn $1 million in a month. There are people who earn a few pennies. So life happens hierarchically. Did you create it? If you want to judge other people, you should have the courage to say that yes, I created the whole system and hence I am laughing at the system. No. We are only a puppet in the whole scheme of things. One of the puppets, 7.5 billion puppets. So accept. Just instead of looking at people with judgment, look at them with compassion. That you can do. Empathy, liking. What can I do for you? That is the kind of attitude. So your self-esteem will get neutralized the moment you realize that you are not the only person who is successful in the world. Everybody is successful and everybody is walking up the ladder of success. That you should not forget. Today, whom you denigrate, whom you talk down to, one day they will outshine you. They'll outperform you. They'll outsmart you. Possible. Accept it. What is your business in life is to conduct the business of your life and be done with it. That's all. So, look at life as it is. That is psychological neutrality. Then, appreciate people. Instead of looking at the shortcomings in people, the defects and deficiencies in people, we can always look at the positive side. A coin has two sides, right? Head or tail. It has got both head and tail. So there are people, if you look at them keenly, they'll have a unique quality. Something wonderful about them. Some people may not have accomplished, but they'll be calm, kind to people, serene. These are all the qualities that we can value. Definitely, nature does not create photocopies. Everybody is unique. That we are going to cover in one of the laws. So, here we are talking about neutralizing our self-esteem. Self-esteem is accepting yourself as you are. Number one, can you change the past? Can you divorce your parents? Impossible. Right? The blood that runs in you is from them. You cannot change. Accept it. Be grateful. What is it that you can do next? So self-acceptance is something inevitable because you, as you are, with your knowledge, with your capabilities, the tone of your skin, with your limitations, with your uniqueness, strength, etc., is something that you consciously did not create. Right? Accept it. Did you create? No. Accept it. So the whole game is accepting yourself as you are, then proceeding to do what you want to do, what you like to do, what you enjoy doing. That's it. Slowly, if you look at everyone with that same eyes of empathy, your attitude will change. Everybody is trying to live life. The way you desire things, the way you want to accomplish things, everybody wants to. Everybody is on that rat race. Everybody is on that struggle mode. Everybody is trying to blossom into their full potential. Just look at people with this attitude. You will have neutral psychology. You will be helpful to people as much as possible. You will not criticize them. Of course, mistakes are part and parcel of life. People do have their own positives and negatives. Let it be there. Instead of looking at negatives, we look at positives, number one. Number two, stop thinking that you are the only one successful, hugely successful person in the world. No. Even if you serve as the president of the most important, most powerful country in the world, you will die. 10 years, 20 years, you will die. Another person will come and sit in the same chair. So this is an endless cycle. So don't have meaning with this feeling that I am great. Don't be like a puffed up balloon, because nature will just put a prick into the balloon and the air will, go out. Then you will feel you are a nobody. So this is how life happens. If you are great, everybody else is also great in the world. And if you are a nobody, no, everybody else is a nobody in the world. Just accept it. Insofar as you did not create the universe, you are not the boss and lord of the universe, be in your place. Accept yourself as you are. You are important. Yes, it's true. You cannot deny it. You are important, certainly, but you are not disproportionately important. Everybody is equally important. Everybody is trying to make progress. Everybody is growing up. So, in that sense, everybody is unique, and we do not have to feel we are exceptionally great. But you can feel good about yourself. You do something, you accomplish something, you can give a pat. Oh, great. But pride should not come, because there are people above you. As you look at people who are below you, look at people who are above you. There will always be people who are above you. In various other parameters too. Let us think about it.